you guys, so as y'all can see right off the bat, this is already a different type of video. This is not my normal introduction. And as you read by the title, this video does say Dear Pretty Little Thing, because this is actually a video to them. They are currently doing a competition where you tell a time where Pretty Little Thing has had your back, and you have a chance to win to be featured on their page and get a dream bundle from them. If y'all didn't know, your girl love Pretty Little Thing, so I'm going the extra mile because, you know, your girl really out here trying to win. She really out here trying to get noticed. If you want to stay and watch this video, please do, because I really hope that I touch somebody in this video and that y'all can relate to what I'm saying. But if not, I completely understand. Pretty Little Thing, if y'all watching this, I hope y'all see it. I hope y'all get my story, and I hope y'all know how much I genuinely appreciate you guys. And also, in honor of this being a Pretty Little Thing video, your girl do got her Pretty Little Thing attire on. Everything I have on is from Pretty Little Thing except this throw. Let's go ahead and get right into this video because I don't want it to be too long. I really don't. Once I saw this post on Pretty Little Thing, y'all, within 30 seconds of seeing it, like they had just posted it on their Instagram page, and I literally went straight to my page because I already had pictures in Pretty Little Thing. And I was super excited to tell how they had my back. For me, this was really personal, and that's why I'm gonna try not to get emotional, because y'all, when I tell y'all this has been a journey for me. I don't know if y'all see me on Instagram or on Facebook, but I post a couple of posts sometimes, like tell them a little bit of my story and a little bit of my journey, and like how I used to be like uncomfortable with myself, uncomfortable with my body. I'm not speaking for every plus size woman, because that's not what this is, but I feel like whether you're skinny, whether you're plus size, whether you're curvy, or whatever the case is, everybody has their own story. So I can only speak for me. This is my story. For me personally, this has been a long journey for trying to get into like the fashion industry. I really have a strong desire to be a public figure, an influencer, a model. Anything with fashion, I've always loved it since a little girl, y'all. And when I tell y'all, when I was younger, I used to be so confident. When I got older, I started feeling like the way I look, not even necessarily my skin color, because thankfully I've always been proud of my skin color. I've never felt like uncomfortable in my skin. But as far as my weight, I went through this long period of time where I really felt like I really felt uncomfortable with the way that I look. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like no brand wanted to work with me, or when I would ask these questions, my first thought was like, oh, I'm uncomfortable to look at, or they don't want to work with me because I'm this size and I don't look like her. For a long time, I really felt like that's why I didn't get recognition, no matter how hard I worked, no matter how many times I reached out. And just recently, this literally wasn't too long ago, this situation happened. I reached out to this brand that I love. It wasn't Pretty Little Thing, by the way. I won't call their name. I reached out to them and I was like, you know, trying to basically tell like my worth and what I felt like I could bring to the company, and that I've been like a long buyer of this company and stuff like that. And they ended up reaching back out, which is, I was surprised in general that they reached back out. But basically, long story short, they told me they couldn't work with me at the moment because I had I'm trying to y'all, if I cry in this video, excuse me, but I'm not crying because I'm hurt. I'm crying because I'm happy, and you're gonna understand why in just a minute. They told me that my following was too small, that I had to have X amount of followers on Instagram, X amount followers on YouTube and TikTok and so forth, which is understandable because I am a smaller influencer. Like, I'm really trying to put myself out there and I'm trying to grow. So I understand a lot of bigger brands don't want to work with a smaller influencer, which is fine. That's not the part that got to me. I felt so comfortable reaching out to this brand because on their site, I saw a lot of people that I follow, they have either a smaller following than me, or they had like only a few more followers than me. So I knew that the amount of followers wasn't the case. So when I reached out and that's what they said, it kind of triggered me because the people that I do follow that was on their site, I felt like the only thing that separated me from them was my size. And sometimes, you know, in this industry, you feel like people like to say they're for you and they're for the plus size women and they're for this and that, but no one on their site looks like me, or no clothes on here really truly fit my size. And that's how I felt for a very long time, which brings me to the point of how I feel Pretty Little Thing had my back. Even though I don't work with Pretty Little Thing and I haven't had the chance to yet, I'm speaking it because that is literally a dream of mine. I get so emotional because they have so many girls that actually look like me, whether it was plus size or a chocolate woman, a girl bigger than me or a girl darker than me. They make this space where women can actually feel like they have a chance. In the industry that I'm trying to be in, a lot of the times you do feel like you don't know your worth or you're not good enough to be a part of something so big. But if you go on their site, if you go on their Instagram, anytime you see it, I see women literally of all shapes, sizes, and color. And it makes you feel so good because it's like, okay, somebody sees me. Even though it's not me up there, I feel like it's somebody up there that represents what I went through or represents, you know what I'm saying, what I feel. They always have, either whether it's podcast or video, they give women a chance to speak and actually tell their story. It's more than just a brand with a pretty face. You know what I'm saying? And you don't find brands that you feel like you can actually connect with, that actually makes you emotional when you see them. It makes you proud to be a plus size woman or a black woman or whatever your size or race is. It makes you proud to be that because it's like, you didn't make it, but in a way I made it too. So I feel like for a lot of people, when Pretty Little Thing asks like to share, you know, how I had your back, their first thought is because of the clothes. But for me, it was deeper than the clothes, because it's hard trying to make people notice you or try to make people feel like you're worthy. But recently, you guys, the positive part of all of this, God has been working on me to realize it's not you that's the problem. I'm trying not to cry because I don't want to look crazy. It's not the way you look. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's the way you see yourself. I don't know if a lot of you guys know her, but her name is Amy Simon. She's the head of PR at Pretty Little Things. Your girl did a research because I'm telling you, I want to work with Pretty Little Things. So I hope y'all see this and, you know, get at me. I recently watched her video from Behind the Unicorn. At the end of her interview, she was asked the question, what advice would you give to your younger self? And a part of her answer, she was just saying how she used to feel less confident in who she was because of the way she looked, the size she was. So she automatically felt like every no or her biggest challenge was going to be that, when it had nothing to do with what she looked like, nothing to do with who she was. It was purely off of her talent. So when she would get a job, it wasn't because of how I looked. It was just her own conscience, her own thought. And I could relate to that so much, y'all. There was literally a time where I did not like looking in the mirror. I didn't like what I saw. I felt like to even be put in front of somebody that was prettier than me, I felt like they felt uncomfortable looking at me. It had nothing to do with them. You know, it's really how you see yourself. So if that's the way you see yourself, you feel like when everybody looking at me, that's what they see. And I know it was my own insecurities because I am beautiful. I'm a strong woman. All these wonderful things that I couldn't see in myself, I know I'm those things now. And a lot of that has to do with, I'm not going to say all of it has to do with Pretty Little Thing, but it was definitely a wake-up call for me. Being able to click on the site and seeing so many strong, beautiful women of all shapes and sizes, it's just what this industry needs. It's just what women like me need to know. Girl, it's not because of the way you look. It's not because of your color. It's not because of any of those things. These women got it because they're confident, they're beautiful, they're all these things, they're talented just like everybody else that I admire. I just feel like that was a big part of my story. That's the reason I feel like Pretty Little Thing has had my back. It may not be the answer a lot of people would have expected, but that's my truth. When I tell you I had a full 360 and I can't do anything but thank God for working on me and allowing me to build my confidence back and know my self-worth and who I am. I hope this video wasn't all over the place, and I really hope it made a whole lot of sense because I had so many things I wanted to say, but in the back of my mind I'm like, girl, this still a little video. Like, don't be too winded because don't nobody want to sit here and hear you talk. People are afraid to tell like where they came from, and people are afraid to tell like what they used to go through because I feel like they think it's going to reflect on who they are now. But it's those very things that you've been through, all those lows you felt is what's making you, is molding you into who you are supposed to be. So I feel like the more you talk about it, you feel, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like your own self-healing because, girl, when I tell y'all I feel so much better, I feel even a weight lifted off me now because I don't talk about stuff like this. Like, I think a lot of people think that I'm really confident because of the type of pictures I post, and I think a lot of people think that I don't deal with stuff too because I've been told that by a few people. But I'm like, girl, if only you knew what I had to go through to be able to post that picture, or the amount of talks I had to tell myself before posting that picture out of fear that people gonna look at it and not like it. But at this point, I really could care less who like my picture. I really could care less who thinks I'm beautiful because I really know my self-worth, and I know like I'm the stuff. But with all that being said, Pretty Little Thing, I thank y'all for having my back and giving me inspiration, giving me hope. I really love y'all's company. I hope I win this contest. Well, I'm speaking that I'm gonna win this contest. You know, I would love to work with y'all. So this is completely me putting myself out there, telling y'all I want to work with y'all. Whether I gotta fly out to y'all, whether it's being put on the PR list, whether it's personally working with you guys. I absolutely adore Pretty Little Thing. I'm willing to work hard and do whatever it takes because y'all are my dream job. So I hope I reach somebody, and I hope somebody connected to this video in a very positive way. And even though this is my entry for a competition, it was also a way to express and share my story with you guys, because y'all haven't even seen this side of me nor heard any of these things. So if y'all like this video and would like to see more content like this, or me going deeper into my story, I would love to do that for y'all. But other than that, thank you, Pretty Little Thing, for always having my back, always giving me confidence, self-love, giving me inspiration, and I cannot wait to work with you guys soon. Mwah.